Welcome, one and all, to the Grid Vision Wednesday night top split. We are here live from virtual Talladega Superspeedway. I'm Joe LaCastro, joined in the booth by Sheldon Atkins, and down in the truck pushing the buttons, it's Austin Darbyshire. We have got 94 laps of the best top split racing iRacing can provide, coming to you live right now over the airwaves of Twitch this time. So it's great to have you here. If you're joining us for the first time, be sure to follow us. If you're here because you've already hit the follow button, nice to have you back. Sheldon, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Excited, mainly excited about the fact that I'm up here in the booth covering it tonight as opposed to being on the track racing it. Talladega always puts on a good show, puts on a good thrill, and is a little too chaotic when it comes down to it. Get ready to see about 3-4 wide racing packed up, 36 cars deep, handful of wrecks, and hell, somebody might even flip over and find themselves in the infield. You never know with this place.
There's a lot of infield here to find yourself flipped over, and I've noticed that. This is kind of a wide racetrack. You mentioned we might be 3 or 4 wide a couple of times. I've seen it already. Well, we're going to find out later once these guys start going. But why don't you go ahead and give us tonight's keys to the race?
Yes, and the Grid Vision keys to the race tonight read as follows. Key number 1. Try to lead every lap. Getting mired up in the pack isn't always the move, especially when the wreck's going to happen around mid-pack. You want to get up there to the front. You want to try to control this race the best you can. I've spent years thinking that it would work if you just hang around the back and ride it out. And since it's a new car, you just can't really do that. Got to be up there and got to be leading it. Number 2, you're going to want to find a dance partner. Find somebody that you can trust working with, somebody that make the same moves that you'd make, somebody that'll push you, somebody that you can trust to push. Not always easy to find, especially with team racing and the current layout of the iRacing landscape, but the best bet you're going to have is find somebody to work with. And then finally, seriously, just don't die. Keep all 4 corners on it, and don't die. Don't wreck the thing. Look out for the chaos. Follow the gut instinct. If something in your gut's telling you that you need to back out of it and roll back for a minute, back out of it and roll back for a minute. But back to you, Joe.
I'm going to follow all that advice. At least I would, for sure. There are some situations here at Talladega that we've seen and heard of before where they refer to them as the big ones. And let's hope that we don't have too many of those tonight. But here we go with our picks. My pick for tonight, I'm going to keep things simple and go with the superstitious pick of Joseph because he's got my name twice.
Times 2. Unfortunately, not times 3. Look, I got to go with the Pied Piper of Superspeedway racing here, and I'm sure he's grinning from ear to ear listening to me say this, but I got to go with Justin Levine. The things I've seen him do on plate tracks throughout the years and leagues and, officials, put money on that number 33 car.
And down in the truck, it looks like it's going to be Murray. I'm unfamiliar with the first name. Alex Murray there in the 22. Very good. And here comes the starting grid. Let's go ahead and break things down for you folks as we see who's going to be doing the racing. Pole position right now, Trent Dinkle. In second, it's Richard Garcia. Third, it's going to be Daniel Nanny. Fourth, Tommy Gossett. Fifth, Peter Irons. Sixth, Nolan Hodgson. Seventh, Derek Heitman. Eighth, Joseph Galata. Ninth, Evan Say. And 10th, Justin Levine.
In 11th place, we got the Conch, Sean Conklin himself with Eddie Rose in the 32 machine at 12th. 13th is going to be Logan York with Ryan Andrew to his outside in 14th. 15th place is going to be Roger Ears Pierce with Cody Terlindi in 16th. 17th place is going to be Nick Huslander with Dylan Pettis in 18th. And 19th is going to be Zach Range with Edward Scherer Jr. rounding out your top 20. Back to you, Joe.
You got it. Moving on to 21, Matt Hollabaugh in 21. 22nd, Landon Williams. 23rd, Justin Smith. 24th, John Nichols. 25th, James Holzer. 26th, Matt Cox. 27th, Alex Murray. 28th, Caden Diedrich. 29th, Noah Bitts. And 30th, Joseph.
In 31st place, we got James Bomar with Rocky Boyd in 32nd. 33rd, going to be Maggie McGuire with Colton Salick in 34th. 35th place, going to be Joey Preby, and rounding out the 36-car field tonight is going to be the 34 machine of Brandon Meal.
It's a nice list of names here, and we do have some people who we've seen really tear up these super speedways, and some that we know are probably just looking forward to getting to the next thing. Talladega can be so divisive when it comes to people's opinion on it. I don't know, where do you stand on racing Talladega? Are you on the pro? Are you on the I'm looking forward to it when you're racing at camp, or are you on the man I can't wait to get to next week camp?
Look, man, this place is like the lottery, and I apparently seem to love gambling a little too much. I do love Talladega. Don't have me on track this week, but it's fun, man. Getting out here and pulling off the aggressive moves that you've watched for the past 20 or 30 years of super speedway racing, trying to make it work, and praying to God doesn't break in the process. I want to throw the camera though right now to the 20 machine of Tommy Gossett. He told us that he had a special paint scheme tonight, and he definitely lived up to the hype with it. We can get eyes on it here. Got he is
got a big list of names right now.
Number 20.
We'll see if we can see him here.
It is not showing me a position at the moment. Oh, he's gridded fourth. He's gridded fourth. There we are. You just zoom in on the hood. That is the man himself, the old eye doctor Ben Kyron. Ken Byron, leader of the Ryko camp, in a wonderful Talladega Nights tribute paint scheme. And
Ken written on the side.
Unfortunately, it does not appear that NASCAR allowed a Cougar in the car with him for this one. Don't know about the at-home sim rig. Might have one, never know. But he has Ken Byron in his ear right now, actually spotting on top of the tower. So at least we're thinking he's spotting. I don't know. It's definitely something to keep
Could be in the car with him right now.
Always fun watching these guys play with the paint scheme, especially when we come to these Talladega and Darlington. You always get some pretty cool paint schemes thrown on these machines.
And in just a second, we're going to get things kicked off here. The lights are going to go green, and the flag is going to wave, actually, in this case. There goes the pace car. Out in front, it's Trent Dinkle and Richard Garcia looking for the start zone. We're going to be going through 94 laps, no stops. All bets are off. So if you're excited, folks, go ahead and lean a little bit forward and get ready. It's about to kick off here on the Grid Vision Wednesday night top split coverage. And there it is. We are go, go, go on Grid Vision.
Outside line, getting a good surge of momentum, staying hooked up together just a little bit better here at the start. It's going to push that 57 machine of Garcia out there in front, coming in one, but here comes the inside line, stacking up tight. Trent Dinkle getting a huge shot from Nanny on that bottom lane. And he's going to clear that top line right now, coming down the back straightaway, still in the hands of Trent Dinkle.
They're set up very, very professionally. This is a situation where we're going to see these lines, I think, for quite some time here. These top split racers, they don't necessarily like to straighten things out immediately, especially for these 94 lap, for these runs where we're not going to have any stops aside from, we'll probably have one green flag pit stop here in the middle of things if we don't have enough yellow. We don't have a couple of yellows.
Just about above. Oh, and huge block down to the bottom of the track comes Garcia. Just about got himself hooked by the 33 of Gossett on the top. Goes to the bottom to try and cover Trent Dinkle, and just about got himself spun off the nose of the 9 machine. Everybody keeps it straight, though, but that kill at the bottom line momentum. Here comes the top with a huge surge, pushing Tommy Gossett and Hodgson up to the point. And right behind them is going to be Gulata.
Gossett and Hodgson are clear enough that if they wanted to, they could both make the move down to the bottom, but I think they like the momentum of that top line. We've seen this, I saw this yesterday. There's just that groove at the top that if the top line can find it, they can hold on to it. There's really no need to come down and start cutting off the bottom line. If you've got the push, you've got the momentum up there, go ahead and use the speed for as long as you can, and then come down on your terms.
Now, when you got a group of fast cars, the best play is to just get it stuck up there against the wall. I've seen Seth the Merchant do this for years here at Talladega. Mirroring what Dale Jr. used to do here in the Xfinity Series. Just run them all up against the wall, get them all following you, single file. Eventually, they'll end up cycling back if they can't get the runs. But right now, the top line breaking up. You see one car diving down into the middle lane. That's the 8 machine of York with a huge shot from behind of, I think that's Eddie Rose in the machine behind him. And this is where things can start to get crossed. Sorry, that's Range behind him. This is where things start to get dicey. You got all these guys pushing hard. Huge shot. Tommy Gossett comes down, tries to cover the middle now to try and get the point back away from Garcia. And 3 cars breaking away here in the center line with huge momentum.
That center line, it becomes a viable line here at Talladega for as long as these guys can hold it. Oof. Oh, there we go.
And
Hung out to
Gossett
dry a little
gets
bit.
hung out by Range and York, stuck down the middle. Now here comes Hodgson and huge split. Nobody wants to work for the Ken Byron machine right now.
No, no way. Everyone kind of went around or right through him. It looks like he was able to lift just enough to give enough room for them to clear. But that Ken Byron machine is not getting any love here in the middle line. As the middle line has formed up now solidly, we have a 3-stack race going around Talladega. Only on lap 4, folks.
Yeah, we got 3 wide racing guys indecisive as hell about which lane they want to be in. I'll tell you what, I was talking about gut instinct earlier. If I was down there on the track right now, my gut instinct would be telling me go to the back. They're going to wreck in about 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, something's in the air. Something is in the air.
All right, calm down, Phil.
I made the reference the last night to Final Destination. If you see Tony Todd in the audience, get to the back of the line and just wait for something to happen.
Right now, looking a little bit further back, 4 wide, further in the back of the pack.
Really
down
indecisive.
to 3. And nobody wants to work with anybody right now. Everybody's trying to see how aggressive they can be with their cars. So we see a little bit of a single file train down on the bottom up at the front of the pack. That's just because these guys in the back are really worked up trying to get something to move through the pack here. And right now, Diedrich's actually out in front. That's somebody that I didn't have necessarily on top of the chart, but getting good help from the 12 machine behind him.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, we got a wreck further in the back of the pack. Handful of cars around here in the tri-oval.
Eddie Rose, the 46 machine there also.
Oh, huge, huge shots here.
Wow. And that's the first one before we even get to the double digits. Yikes. Yeah. Well, let's get it out. Shake out the gremlins before we have any more of those. That was getting really dicey throughout the entire field. We saw 3 wide racing going around for 2 laps, 3 laps there, then 4 wide racing. Something had to break. Let's see what happened.
Well, I think the first thing that broke was definitely traction. See the 31 machine get shot there.
Right now, our eyes on Daniel Nanny.
Yeah, Daniel did a good job avoiding it there. Just cut through the grass, 200-mile-an-hour lawnmower. Another 46 machine. That's Eddie Rose, if memory serves correct. He just gets shuffled out a little bit there by the 31. That's how difficult it is. These guys are trying to tandem draft, lock bumpers as much as they can. And right there, you just see him get teetered over on the wrong side of the quarter panel. And it's enough to shoot him around. And, that's that one little mistake can be such a huge domino effect all the way through the field. You're right on board with Eddie here.
Yeah, cascading failure.
Just a little bit, tries to get back down, thinks he's clear, and it's such a split-second decision to try and jump back down into that line. And the momentum just carries these cars so much that there's nothing that you can do if you're the car behind them to really correct that. Because you can't stay on the brakes, because you got somebody packed up to your rear bumper. But here comes the whole field down pit road for a little bit of Sunoco racing fuel to try and stretch that pit window a little bit further.
And that's the way to do it. When you don't have any stage breaks, you're going to want to stretch that fuel window as much as possible. And each yellow flag that we get is just another opportunity for that. But it's also an opportunity for a missed pit or a black flag situation. So these drivers have got to weigh the situation and drive very carefully when they decide to go ahead and hit that pit box.
Yeah, the goal here at Talladega has always been to have the most fuel in the tank at the end of a run and to hopefully be able to be the last guy if you need to come down pit road with some fast cars to help push you out. Because there's nothing worse than having to end up in a fuel safe situation here at Talladega with 20 to go. It's miserable.
You wouldn't feel capable at that point. You feel hamstrung. Yeah, I'm certain of it. Now we got Caden Dietrich still out in front, Richard Garcia in second, Nolan Hodgson sitting around third. Caden Dietrich up 27 places.
Yeah, right now Colton Salick talking about having wheel issues at the moment over the driver channel. Trying to figure out if he's able to unplug his wheel or not to try and get force feedback to return to that wheel. So he's having issues right now with it not being able to relay the input that's coming from the track back to the wheel. And that can be a scary situation here at Talladega when you're packed up 3-4 wide with people.
I gotta tell you, force feedback makes all the difference. Once you get a wheel that has really good force feedback, and I don't know if you guys out there are sim racers, folks, if you're watching or you just have friends or family who are, there is a massive, massive amount of difference that you can tell when you switch from racing with or without force feedback. Feeling the actual nature of the road under you, it's second to none.
Oh.
And these guys need that level of feedback on a microscopic level to be able to make these kind of decisions and race at this speed.
Right now, you're seeing how important that fuel window is. Deadrick just came in from the lead down pit road to get that extra, half a gallon top off in that fuel cell. Try and get him to the end.
Hey, every little bit. Lights are off now on the pace car. You know what that means. I know what that means. It means we're going to be racing again very soon here. Everybody's getting stacked up again. A couple of reconnections, a couple of disconnections. Unfortunately, it looks like there might be a few races that ended as a result of that crash. Hey, Hyper Shadow 127, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. If you're watching, folks, be sure to do exactly what Hyper Shadow did there and hit that follow button for us, because the more you do, the sooner we get to bringing you that sweet 4K content over Twitch. So it would help us out greatly if you just give it a slap while you're watching this iRacing content here. Down through the back stretch. This is a place where the draft in Talladega always gets highlighted a little bit. You get to see who's working with who. Down through turn 3. Justin Levine says hello from P8. And we are about to get ready to go again. Soon we'll be in the double digits, pushing our way towards 94 laps here on Talladega, or at Talladega, excuse me. So let's get ready, folks. Let's get hype. Richard Garcia, Nolan Hodgson out in front, looking for that Geico restart zone. And when they get to it, it's going to be a blast. So let's see what happens. There we are. We are green yet again here on Grid Vision. And it's Garcia out in front by a car length. Him and Gulata down on the inside there with Hodgson on the outside trying to form up these two lines just like we've seen before. Now back in action again.
Side by side through 1 and 2. The inside line of Garcia. It's starting to fall back a little bit. Here comes Hodgson with a huge run on the outside. Good help for him from the 76 machine of Derek Heitman. Right now, what you're seeing, these guys are locking bumpers. They're bump drafting. They're pushing each other all the way around the track. This right here is where you can see people get themselves into trouble, though. We saw it a handful of laps ago. It's so easy to get yourself in the wrong corner of the car and just cause a huge mess. Another thing that's going to be problematic, though, is these things like to overheat when you lock up like that.
Oh, you're exactly right. We saw I've seen engines explode recently. A result of overheating. Hey, we're 3 wide already.
3 wide at the point. Oh, and around Garcia into the pack.
Oh,
huge crash.
Oh, it's secondary there.
Oh,
a little
and
aftershock.
Gossett gets caught after the fact.
Oh my goodness gracious! We already have our second big crash of the night. Mercy me, snakes alive. What is
Roger
in the air?
Pierce? Roger Pierce is completely destroying that 27 machine. Right front wheel completely gone. Here's what happened, though. See a little bit of movement here. Hodgson gets thrown 3 wide. And it looked like Garcia ducked down just a little bit to avoid getting into Garcia when he got thrown and just got clipped by Gulata on the right rear quarter panel when he did that. And then around goes the 76 machine and a handful of others and just huge hits all the way through the field here.
And that right hook was really something.
That's just the nature of the beast here when we come to Talladega and Daytona.
That is the nature of the beast.
Oh
Ooh,
man, look at Roger Pierce.
just
Such a hard
bouncing
hit.
right off him. Yeah. There was a lot of sort of aftershock moments in that one. A few moments where people who maybe I thought were clear were not clear. Let's look at, I said you called him Ears Pierce here.
And we're gonna watch a Caterpillar race car turn into a skid steer loader real quick, and that's where it
Woo!
happens. Rough night for Roger.
That might be a race ender.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was in eight cars. How many cars were involved in that?
Yeah,
That was a good number.
It was enough, that's for sure. And Tommy Gossett got hit after the fact too, and he's got a lot of left side damage. You can see the left front bumper pretty torn up. But if we zoom in a little bit, you can tell Ken Byron still looks pretty good, still smiling. As close to a smile as we get from Ken anyway.
He still wants to go fast. That livery lives on, and it lives on at the front of the pack right now. Tommy Gossett leading things as we get the pace laps going here during our second yellow of the night.
You see Tommy Gossett leading the field down pit road. Handful of these guys coming in to get repairs.
Ooh.
Looks like Justin Levine was able to make it through that scot-free, though.
Hodgson looks really destroyed. His wheel is barely holding on. His front right is just wobbling.
There's your poster, Trent
shape.
Dinkle. Getting in the box there. Levine, first one off pit road from the looks of it.
Gossett stuck there.
Levine going to lead Williams, York, and Dinkle off pit road here. Range opting to stay out here.
Interesting opt. Everybody else topping up as much as they possibly can, but looks like Zach Range has said, nope, I'm going to go ahead and hold on. I might get another chance later to top up, so I'm going to stick it out.
Get himself up here to the front, try to stay out of the trouble. I mean, he's got a fast car. We saw that earlier. Try to get yourself up here at the point and keep it one piece.
That's what you got to do. Keep it in the front, like you said, right?
Yeah, but the problem is right now the meta for that's kind of been thrown out the window, though, because we've seen a lot of guys just, absolutely have their shit handed to them from the front here. The last two wrecks have come from the first couple rows. And that's just coming from guys getting way too aggressive with their pushes or just, mistimed gestures causing a lot of chaos.
Talladega. Whee. Always something fun. Well, it's always something. I've noticed that. It's always something. Looks like we're getting some reports.
Sounds like the wheel issue may be resolved. Now he just has to get out on the track in time.
Can he do it? Can the pit crew get him out there?
Come on, Selick. I think it's Colton Selick that was having that issue. Remember correct? Yes, it is.
We got eyes on a few of the guys who are still behind the wall right now. Tommy Gossett back there with him. Zach Range still out in front with the lights still flashing. So we've still got another lap to go at least before we get things kicked off here.
Also, Selick did get himself. Selick did get himself back out on track in time. Impressive how quick of a reboot he had there.
Very, very impressive. Here's Tommy Gossett. Just reported he's got 5 minutes of damage. Ooh.
There's the wreck again. And, yeah, Hodgson just...
Oh.
I think Hodgson may have gotten some damage to the front, and he wasn't able to turn coming into one, and unfortunately for Gossett, he's just up against the wall and gets sandwiched in.
Yeah, nowhere to go. And there's nothing he can do. He couldn't see that coming. That's a blind side. That's a blind spot hit.
Yeah, there's not much you can do in a situation like that.
But He's currently in the pit getting things fixed up. Hopefully he'll be back out just trying to get some laps down, because in a situation like Talladega, you never know who's going to be involved in the next big one. And as long as you stay out, keep turning laps, you could end up in a much better position than you even gave yourself credit for. It really can happen to you. So stick with it. If you've got the persistence, you've got the patience, it can pay off. Even if you've got 5 minutes of time in the pits, take it. Take a moment, get a drink, go make a sandwich, come on back. And by the time you're ready to go, you'll be ready to turn some laps, and who knows, you might even get a few positions back. Just keep those eyes open.
Look at the way things are sitting right now, though. Justin Levine up there on that outside line.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
York. He's got York behind him. We know York's been pretty good at pushing so far this evening. York already assuming the position, too.
He's in a prime spot right now. There goes the pace car. We're getting ready to go. This is an interesting place for them to be with Levine right there. I want to see what range does. He's got to know that he's got a shark right behind him there in the waters, and there's a little bit of blood circling. Let's see if Justin Levine takes the bait. Here we go. We are green yet again. Who's got the speed right now on Grid Vision?
Now inside line, Zach Range falling back a little bit. Justin Levine getting a huge shot on that outside line from Logan York. Going to be able to get at least clear of the inside line coming through 1 and 2. The 3-car tandem on the outside line really putting work to these guys on the bottom. As you see, yeah, they got him clear here, and Range slides up into the middle now. A big stack up there for those guys.
Here comes the indecision as well. You can see everybody switching lanes a little bit here as we're now 3 wide almost immediately, not even through the first lap. These guys are just competing against each other constantly. Every car up here at the front all the way through to the back wants to jockey for position, wants to find a teammate, like you said, find some speed. And that three-man group at the front, they might as well be one car at this point with how tight they're driving.
Yeah, that outside line now starting to stack back up. These guys a little bit further in the pack, starting to catch up with the 3-man group at the top. Is this where we start to see the famous train that's always so dreaded from a viewership standpoint here at Talladega? Because that bottom line just does not have the juice right now.
Well, you know how these trains work. They have a propensity to derail. And we're likely to see that happen here at least once or twice. But this train looks like it's ready to run. Everyone is clearly firmly in the bubble, so to speak, in terms of the draft. Only a small gap here and there. But those gaps, quickly clearing up. A center line is quickly forming now. Ooh, 20 getting a shot from the 16.
Yeah, Derek Heitman staying locked to the bumper. The 16. The 16 is going to dive it back down to the inside line here. That could have been problematic. No, a little bit dicey there. Second car on the bottom. Well, these guys are just determined to wreck again. I can see it.
You got eyes on Noah Bitts here, looking backwards at Neal. Neal's 29 up from where he started.
Yeah, Neal is really struggling right now in the wake of Bitts. Looks like he has the steering offset or ratio set just a little too high for the liking, making it hard to stay really in pocket behind that machine in front of him. Maybe a little too low on that steering ratio because he looks very darty.
A little bit here, a little bit there, but it's oh, here we go. Okay, I think he's finding himself a little bit through this corner, but it is a dicey situation. Here comes the shot, yeah.
And starts to pull that turbulent air off that machine in front of him. It gets a little squirrely.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Now, unfortunate for me, there's nothing you can do about it at this point in the game. You can't go back and, make 2 clicks over on your steering ratio on pit road. You're basically just guaranteed to be hung out to dry, though, as soon as these guys get the opportunity. You see them working it right now. As Heitman dives up to the top, a couple cars go up to the top behind them.
Justin Levine out in front right now, barely. Looks like Logan York is up there on the outside, giving him a run for his money. As the top line comes down and tries to collapse a little bit.
Levine sitting here with a little bit of a teammate behind him, Derek Heitman. Lock bombers with them here down the back straightaway. Huge shot. They're going to keep that bottom lane under control as the outside line starts to find the momentum to try and work their way by, though.
It's a good shot for these two right now. If they can get out a little bit ahead, they'll be in safe territory because right now, one wrong move on Logan York's part, and it's over for anybody.
Here they come, back up to the top. Huge block up into the fence for Heitman. Huge shot from behind. Just about loses it, but keeps it straight. And here comes York diving down to the inside line. Nobody wants to stay committed to anybody right now, and that's really going to make it difficult.
What an impressive move. What an impressive slide there by those two. Very likely a very clearly coordinated move. They make their way up there. Back down to the middle line now. Goes Heitman and Levine.
Heitman and Levine staying together here, now working the middle lane. Sliding back up to the top now behind the 24 machine of Noah Bitts and the 8 of York.
And Bitts and York have been moving very well tonight, using the inside lane to some great advantage. And now they're leading things on the outside, way up high by the wall. The two of them are tied up together,
really
just like Levine and Heitman.
Huge stack up, 4 wide here on the front straightaway. One guy stuck in the middle going backwards.
That's a 24 car. That was insane. 4 wide situations,
right there.
3 wide all over the place. Yeah, that is very no man's land. No one's going to join you in the 4th lane.
Oh,
whoop.
I thought somebody got turned. That was a block.
Yeah, that was a butt clincher. Whew. And right now, we've got eyes on Ryan Andrew, who's making his way up to 3rd, 11 places up from where he started. A good spot to be in. Joey Preby he was marked as a 29 machine on my screen, but let's see what he's driving right now. He's driving the 87, I think. Yep. And Joseph up 21 places from where he started.
That was almost a wreck right there.
I missed it just by an inch.
The door number, but that red machine there got a little bit of a shove down to the apron. Now you see Conklin working his way in here in the Napa Auto Parts machine.
I think that red car would be the 99, unless you're talking about the other red car. It's a little bit further up in front of the Sundrop machine there.
That's making me thirsty.
Yeah, I want some Sundrop.
Yeah, it's
been a minute.
They need to bring them back up to Virginia, man, because as soon as COVID hit, they stopped shipping that stuff up here. I can't find it anywhere I go, and it's really starting to get to the point where I'm about to start swinging at the drywall.
Sounds like you need a Monster Energy. That would be way more appropriate.
No, I like a quality drink myself.
Oh, down to the bottom.
Huge block up at the
front.
York getting dicey with it, just about chops the nose off of Preby on the inside line, and here comes Joseph Squared in the Best Buy machine in the middle.
You love to see it, or I do. He's my pick, but he's got it right now, getting a really good push from the 7 behind him. That's Joseph.
I just got to give a shout out, Ken. Thank you so much for letting these guys run different paint schemes this year, because I'd be so confused up here right now.
There he goes, out in front. Joseph, followed by Alex Murray and Noah Bitts. A different trio now out in front than the one we had earlier, but a trio nonetheless, because right behind them it's Justin Levine and Derek Heitman.
See, Murray, that was Darby's pick, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, looking pretty
we
good.
Got 2 picks in the front right now.
Scrappy on a plate track, as usual for that machine.
Love it.
See Derek Heitman now come down, try to cover the bottom, get in front of Joseph Gulata here and get a push.
It's going to work. Hey. Almost all the Grid Vision picks were in the top 5 there for a second. The divination spell that we are working on. Looks like it's working. Oh, no!
Huge crash further in the back.
The cars don't crash spell that I cast is not working at all.
Yeah, you should probably stay away from Magic. Oh, and the hood is up on that one. That's a race ender right there.
Wow. No staple guns and iRacing to pin that down.
That's both of the wheels are shot on it too, as you see him slide into the inside wall.
Oh no.
Zach Range taking blame for this one. See what happens here. The 78's going to go for a whale of a ride, though. You just hold your breath and
There
watch
it goes.
this. Range just comes down, wasn't clear, and pretty much playing a game of pinball at 180 miles an hour.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Let's see it again, this time from Zach Range's perspective. Yeah.
Such a hard hit for the 78 machine.
Spins around, straightens it out. Takes a bit of damage, but ends up being the more the pebble in the pond than anything else here.
Yeah, there's one thing you know, when you hit something and the hood comes up, you know it's done.
Yep. Your
So
race is over.
You're not putting the factory smoke back in her after that.
No, it only comes with what's been. It only has enough that it's been shipped with. You know, they don't have any more. There's no way to replenish it. So once it's out, it's out. You got to get a new car. And we are going to take a little break here on Grid Vision. Don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be right back with some more of this top split action.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Grid Vision Wednesday Night Top Split. Joe LaCastro here with Sheldon Atkins and Austin Derbyshire. And we have got the race restarting very soon here. The lights are off on the pace car. Joseph out in front with Derek Heitman starting things off here. Joseph Galata and Justin Levine in that block of four to start things off. We've had a lot of two-column racing so far, and I'm expecting we're going to have a lot more. 2-column, 3-column, 4-column, you name it. It's been really exciting here so far here at Talladega. A couple of yellow flags have gotten us a few fuel top-ups. So everyone is getting ready. But Sheldon, you ready for some more racing?
I'm hoping for racing a little bit less crashing because it's starting to look like the early access period of Wreckfest 2 out here, as I said in the commercials. So hopefully these guys will straighten it out here and figure out how to get this thing to go straight from point to point. But I could wish in one hand, and you know how it goes. But either way, I'm excited. I love Talladega.
Yeah, I'm excited too, my friend. It'd be a lot easier if we can get from point to point. If someone didn't put all these nasty curves in here, all these left turns, we just drove straight for for 100 miles. That'd be great. But not yet. We don't have enough flat land to pull that off here in the. We could do it in digital NASCAR, but anyways, we're going to kick things off again with the pace car going off. Here comes Joseph Squared with Derek Heitman getting ready for that Geico restart zone. We're going to see some more racing here, whether it's green flag, yellow flag. We're going to go around. There's the green flag. We are green yet again here on Grid Vision.
Joseph Squared coming up to cover his teammates in the top line, try to pull them to the front here. Good textbook countdown restart at the point of the field. Heitman falling in line. Right behind him is Justin Levine. Outside line soaring at the moment. As you see the bottom line trying to stack up and build momentum with Joseph Galata leading a handful of cars there. Joey Preby, one of them. And here they come with a huge shot down the back straightaway. Slingshotting up here to the front of the point. Joseph Galata with a head full of steam is going to take the lead coming into turn 3 as they're side by side, a little bit broken up there in the midsection of the outside line.
Yeesh. And those tiny little breakups are going to add up here, especially at the front. We're trying to jockey for position, just get one car length worth of space here and there. You don't want to leave that much of a gap. It's going to be filled by a car one way or another. And if it doesn't get filled by a car, it just means that you're out of the draft.
Preby ducked out of the bottom line, went up to the top with Joseph Squared. They're on the way to the front now. Preby going to take the lead through 1 and 2 with Heitman and Levine waiting in the wings to push him down the back straightaway here. Here comes Preby now, coming down to the bottom, trying to take the point on the inside line, getting it squared away from Galata. Galata gives him a shove up the track, goes Preby. Good tell if that was from a misangled hook or not, but Preby still up here trying to figure out which lane to work.
Couple of lane changes. We're still too wide, almost all the way through the field, through at least the top 20, 25 cars. Still holding on here, the Sundrop car. Who is that Sundrop car that just dropped out there? He's the only one up there on the third line right now. Up to the front, though, Joseph is still giving the push to Joey Preby.
Outside line now coming together strong. Everybody packed up, formed up. Lots of momentum pulling them down the back straightaway here at Talladega. Joey Preby, they've got a 4 or 5 car breakaway on that outside line to the front.
And it kind of feels like it's going to break any minute, that line. Someone is going to come down. Someone is going to want to move down. But when they do, they're going to be alone. So they got to really figure out if they're going to get any help. Part of the reason why I think right now Preby is staying where he's at and not fully committing to coming down and breaking that line. He wants to form the front line. Here we go.
To the bottom, but he's going to get hung out to dry. Joseph Square is going to stay up top with all of his teammates. Oh, and Joseph Square gets pushed out. Here comes Heitman now trying to thread the middle.
Whoa, oh no. Preby back in, takes a shot from Heitman. Still out in front, Joey Preby and Galata nose to nose.
He's going to give that inside line.
Though.
Yeah. Give that inside line all the momentum because these guys broke up a lot there on the back straightaway. And now coming to the top comes Landon York with a huge block, clears himself over the nose of Preby. York getting shoved to the front now. Side by side out of 4. Logan York working that outside line. Preby struggling to stay attached to the bumper, though. Here comes Galata with another huge shot from Bits. And it's going to be enough. Gulata's going to lead him to the stripe here. No, York's going to get it with the last second surge momentum.
York down to the inside now. These quick, sharp lane changes from Logan York have been very decisive, and they've gotten him the positions he's needed as Galata gives him a heck of a shot. What a push. What a push from Galata right now.
Huge push from Galata. They're going to follow together, cross up into that top line, and block off the momentum on the outside lane. Break up the bottom a little bit. right on board with Galata here through 3 and 4. This is all that these guys are seeing for lap upon lap here at Talladega. Just the taillights of the machine in front of you and maybe a little bit to the left.
Well, as long as you've got an idea of what's to the left and the guy in front of you doesn't mind getting pushed every once in a while, that might actually work for you here at Talladega. As down the inside there he goes. Excuse me, Joey Preby.
Galata takes a dive down to the bottom, covers the run from Noah Bits, trying to get a push to the front here. Galata's going to get us. They're separated 3 and 4 wide further in the pack, 4 wide for what looks like 6th position.
I think what we just saw was Logan New York, unfortunately, confusing that center line a little bit. Yeah, he was just down a little ways, but not far enough to commit. And then the line split behind him between lines 2 and 3. Now it looks like it's back down. He is a sole man in line 2. I'm not sure that he realizes that, but there's no one behind him. With no help, he's going to be in a tough situation. He'd better get down to the inside line or quickly back up.
Right now you see that Ryko train of cars up now mid-pack, still working the outside line. And this whole chain of events right here transpired by just them not being able to get lined up there a handful of laps ago. That's what really sunk the sails on these machines, and they've got to work hard to get back up here to the front. You see Levine ducking in now. Everybody kind of going for the single file now. It's time to calm down. We came in multiple situations there where we could have had a handful of cars stuffed up into the fence. So everybody kind of letting calmer heads prevail here for the time being.
Let's see, that single file situation is something I didn't expect to see yet here. I mean, I guess it should be about time for it. We still have some 2 wide happening here in the back, quite a bit of it actually. But these guys have started to sort of figure out, hey, here's my spot, here's my line, here's who's pushing me, here's who I'm willing to be behind. And it's working out.
Is that Conklin and Selleck up there on that outside line?
Yeah, we're looking at Sean Conklin right now.
What you're looking at right now is a miracle all itself. Selleck had to take a full reboot under caution, managed to do it somehow without losing a lap just to get his wheel to work for him.
Wow.
And he's up here right now on that outside line with a rear view mirror full of Napa Blue, going for the lead here if he could just give it another handful of corners with the help he's getting. Hats off to Cole.
Yeah, it takes some know-how.
And that know-how is a damn good solid state drive that everything's mounted on.
Yeah. M2, a solid state, something that's going to just click right back on when you need to restart that bad boy and get back into your race.
Yeah, if that isn't an advertisement for whoever made that, I don't know what is. Galata still at the point now, side by side, as Selleck goes to the outside line, trying to get the lead away from the machine down there on the bottom.
We got 60 laps to go in tonight's race, folks. We have a lapped driver also coming up here on the inside. We'll see how this group handles that.
Here comes Conklin. He goes down to the bottom. He leaves that outside line out to drive. He wants to get down to the point on the inside lane. So he clears himself on the 98 machine. He's going to lead him through 1 and 2 now. Wait for that outside line to get formed back up, get the momentum, because we know that's a conveyor belt to the front so long as you stick with it.
Here they come. Is that lap car going to move
in front
up?
of him?
He better take the hint and get out of the way.
He's not going to. He's going to stay down there on the bottom. And these guys have to work for it. Now this is where you got to worry about these guys about 10 cars back from the leader. And here we go. Yeah, you see it. Huge chain reaction here. So we got a third lane forming because of this. There's a handful of guys go up against the wall. Which lane are Levine and Heitman going to take? They're going to go all the way to the top, try and block. And Heitman just about gets turned around off the front bumper of the black car behind him.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And here we are 3 wide again, folks, going around, holding on to it. Let's see how long this lasts.
Levine coming down, covering the middle lane now. Heitman going to leave the outside. And Selleck still in charge here on the bottom.
Selleck getting the push very sharply from Sean Conklin, I believe.
I'll tell you what, when I look in the mirror and I see Sean Conklin, that's the kind of guy you want to have behind him. Sean Conklin is, I mean, he's a pro caliber talent here on this service. Very rarely do you see him throw a tire the wrong direction. When you come to super speedway, you just want somebody that has that, just, he's got talent beyond his years here. And that's somebody you want to hook up with and work with here.
We just passed another lap driver there. Very smooth.
16.
Getting down to the inside. Here comes Gossett.
As it unfortunately put Ken down another lap here.
Yeah. What are you going to do? You try your best, but sometimes you're going to get right hooked just trying to drive straight. And your car's going to take 5 minutes of damage, and that's what happened there.
Around goes Preeby further in the pack. Oh, 3 wide. They're bouncing off each other. Great save. The 87 machine should have been backwards into the fence.
Wow. Great saves. Really good saves. Impressive work.
We got to
I know we're green
get
flag right
eyes
now,
back
but
on that, because that should have been a wreck. It was him and Williams that got together. Sorry, York.
This 3 wide situation a little ways back, 2 wide, but York right now out in front of the middle line, getting the push.
Right now, Heitman in control of the race with Justin Levine and Joseph behind him. A handful of teammates working together up here at the point. And here we are. We got the replay of that incident a handful of laps ago. Let's see. Preeby right here tries to maybe a little bit of a lazy attempt out of a block. A little force 3 wide. York gets into him, and look at that. That should have been a handful. All those guys should have wrecked right there.
Yeah.
It's an absolute miracle that they kept it under.
Very impressive from all those drivers. But it does look like it was an attempt at a block. Here we go. Lap 40 now. Looking for lap 94. We got 55 laps to go, I believe.
This right now, this is an important part of the race. This is where you can really set yourself up to be in the perfect position to win it. This is also where you can shoot yourself in the foot and take away any chance of it, because right now you're in that fuel-saving window. Trying to get this fuel cell to stretch as long as you can. You can get out here and save a whole bunch of gas and push yourself to the end by just coasting this part of it. Or you can get up here to the front of this thing and just really burn it off and put yourself behind the 8 ball coming into the final segment.
Let's see if we got anybody who's going to take advantage of that and try to get themselves lined up for one last push on fuel.
Some new race leader, Daniel Nanny, going to take the point here with help from Derek Heitman behind him. Going to get a big shot down the front straightaway here. And that black and red Ryko machine.
Yeah. Gorgeous livery on that.
Oh, yeah. But we are definitely in the tame stages of the race right now. May not look too tame from up here, but as quiet as this field has been so far, everybody just kind of lining up, working together, trying to make it. Right now, Joseph going to come down to the bottom line, take it away from Daniel Nanny as you see Evan Say stuck up there on the top with Alex Murray behind him and Bomar just behind them in the Sundrop machine.
I think with Alex Murray behind you, like you said earlier, you've got a good partner, and you're going to be pushed. You're going to be pushed to drive, and so I think that you couldn't ask for better if you were Evan Say at this point. You want someone who's going to push you, who's going to get you to drive, who's going to get your car up there in the front. I think that could just be Alex Murray.
Yeah. But everything's coming to that third car, though. So right now, if you look at that bottom lane, you see Heitman doing a great job staying within the spitting distance of the 30 machine. Dan Annie, right now from the top line, they're not able to really get that third car to connect the way they need to consistently. stuff as we see a little bit of 3 wide now. A couple guys starting to try that top line, try to find a way to get to the front of this thing. Not going to get there if you stay in line behind the machine behind you.
Here they come around now. Derek Heitman seems like he's taking things out to the front now. And Evan Say also pushing things down on the outside. Say getting a heck of a push now.
There we go. As they work themselves up to the top line. Heaven Say, huge momentum, but here comes the inside with a huge push from Joseph Squared. Joseph Squared pushing Derek Heitman out here to the front of the pack. Right now,
spot to be in.
Right now, it's just a game of tug of war between these two lanes. It's going to be like that until we get some real action. Somebody throwing a third lane in, or somebody really getting aggressive with the push. And oh, here we go. Here comes that third lane. One car dives way up to the top. Looks like that's going to be, I think that's Landon York.
Yeah, the Logan York, yeah.
Logan York. I don't know why I keep saying Landon. Please hit me.
That's
for
okay.
That. Huge block from Say, but he's going to dive back down to the middle lane here. That's going to kill that momentum. That just completely disintegrated the top line.
It did, yeah. It all went away. The top had some serious like fight in it, but now the fight in the top of the lane has completely dissolved. Even the guys in the back are like, we're not going to go up there. We're going to stay in the middle lane.
See somebody lurking there. Sean Conklin, a couple cars up.
And Conklin, a few names back here have fallen back quite a ways. If we want to talk about who's hanging out in the back of the pack right now.
These guys working their way past Cody Trelendi. One car gets shot down underneath the yellow line.
Trying to see who that was there.
Trelendi, one of those guys that was caught in an unfortunate incident here to start this thing off, and you just see how important those quarter panels are on these things. Once you get a little bit of damage, it's a nightmare. You're basically logging practice laps at a track where there's nothing interesting happening at any point in the race when you're running solo.
Yeah, that's true. It largely is just you're running laps against yourself. If you're running solo, out here.
Been in that position numerous times, and it is no fun.
Catches up to you, gets under your skin.
Oh, you just get bored. You end up making bad decisions at some point because you've been dissociating for 40 laps. You see the leaders now having to split 2 lappers. This is where it can get kind of rocky because we're going to have 4 wide here for a second, a little bit further in the pack. Everybody getting through so far nice and clean. Oh, huge shot. The 24 machine, and Deadrick gets a huge push from the 32 as he was trying to slow down for the corner. Just about stuffed it in the fence, but good stuff for the 24 to keep it out of the wall.
That was on. That was Caden Diedrich.
Yep.
What a shot!
He lost a lot of momentum and lost the tail end of the pack here as he's getting overtaken now by Trent Dinkle and I think Nick Huslander.
Diedrich is up 12 places still from where he started, so it was a good. He's had a good run so far, but that's a momentum killer for sure.
Yeah, these guys are getting pretty froggy here a little bit further in the pack. Etchier Jr. just threw a huge block on Trent. Oh, hard in the wall. Nick Huslander. What happened there? I just saw it out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, I caught it too, the split second.
Oh, and both wheels locked up on the right side. He is absolutely done for the evening.
Let's get eyes on the way back machine and see what happens here.
Well done, Steady coming in the corner, gets a shot from the 24 machine. Everything looks kosher here, and just a bumper hook.
Oh.
A push gone wrong, and it's going to shove the 99 hard into the outside one. End the day for him.
Holslander. Very unfortunate.
And I think the one person that's most upset about that would be Trent Dinkle, because that was his running mate for this race. Also, Mullet Man, thanks for popping into the chat. Good seeing you here, brother.
Yeah, unfortunate turn of events there.
Yeah. And be sure to hit all those magic buttons there.
That's right. You're talking about the follow button?
Oh, yeah, the old follow button and the feel free to chat in here. But Derek
There you
Heitman now at the point with Joseph Squared right behind him and Daniel Nanny. Bomar on a pretty good run right now. P4 with Justin Levine locked up behind him.
Looking pretty good right now for these guys at the front. That top 5 is pretty set. James Bomar up 27 places. Joseph Squared up 28 places from where he started. And if you go back just one more spot, Noah Bitts is currently up 23 places, and Joey Preby is up 28. What is going on? These guys have been pushing so hard to get to where they are in tonight's race. Almost everybody in the top 7 is in the double digits, in the 20s, in terms of the numbers of places they've made up.
I'll tell you, it's that magic thing about Talladega. The draft is the great equalizer. You can start this thing in dead last and find yourself up to the lead in 5 laps if you play your cards right and everything works out. But you can also start from the lead and end up 32nd in one corner here.
From the lead at 32nd, that would be a way. That would be a really soul-crushing moment, but we've seen it happen. We've seen a few wrecks that have taken people from first or second to 0 to DNF, which is an even worse score somehow. Here we go, cycling around them.
Yeah, you see the field working themselves past the Eddie Rose machine there in the 46. Still nursing heavy damage from that early wreck. I think the first caution of the night, he was involved in it.
He was indeed. Still recovering.
Preseason thunder testing.
Almost everybody now is strung out into that single file line we were talking about. They found it. They found their spot. Now let's see when the shuffling really starts. It might be a few laps.
Each one of these guys can get up to the back bumper of the guy in front of them. They can make moves. They can do whatever they need. This, what you're seeing right now, this isn't like what we see on Sundays with this package once they start going. It's the opposite. On Sundays, what we see is these guys go multiple lanes wide, trying to save fuel. Here on iRacing, when we try to save fuel, we lock up into one single lane, let that guy out in front be the sacrificial lamb, and just let him back the pace up, and you guys back the pace up behind him. And that's how you can save, you know, lap after lap of fuel. And that's what's going on right now. These guys are just being conservative right now, trying to keep a little bit in the tank to make it to the end here.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was about to ask.
Yep. Once we get to the end of this pit, once we get to where these guys are ready to come into pit road, you're going to see them start racing it again.
Yeah, I fully believe it. As we've got maybe second line forming. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, a couple guys trying to go up to the top here. Just trying to get by some of the slower ones. You don't want to have so many cars in between you and the leader when you come down pit road. Each car in front of you is a liability when you come down pit road here. Each one of these cars in front of you, that's somebody that can spin, lock the brakes, slam into you, and make you have to check up and lose a whole lot of time on pit road, which will end up making you lose that lead draft. You won't be as calculated and close to those leaders as you could possibly get.
Well, no one wants to lose the lead draft, especially in this kind of situation when having it and holding it is the key to victory.
Yeah, and what you just saw there a second ago was somebody that was up front a handful of laps ago in that 33 machine, Evan Say, who lost the draft after that little bit of contact that he made, wasn't able to get back up to these leaders, and now he's stuck out here pushing Colton Salick, you know, on the other end of the speedway on the back straightaway.
Interesting that we still have. Who was that? You just mentioned that they passed somebody who was out there. Sorry, there's someone back there who I think is really saving, and I'm like, why haven't they unloaded yet? Why haven't they opened up yet? And I'm sorry, brain fart. Okay, we'll come back around to it. Anyways,
Anybody that's been lapped, I can tell you they ain't saving nothing. They're just torn up.
Yeah. Just torn to shreds, unfortunately.
We call them beer cans where I come from.
Ooh.
Guys getting ready to catch up on 2 lap cars right now. Brennan Meal and Landon Williams way further in the back of the pack right now. It's about a half a corner out.
Let's see how far they can make it. Lap 56 of 94 here on the NiS Top Split. So they got a pretty good thing going right now. Everybody here in this line knows that. I don't think anybody wants to be the one to disrupt it. Even if they see opportunities at this point, they're going to say, nah, I'm going to hold off. I don't want to be the one to accidentally cause this to become a non-opportunity for any of us.
Right now, everybody just trying to stay locked up, give themselves the best shot to win this thing now. And we're also probably not done with Rex either, because once these guys get fuel in it, if they stay bunched up, it get pretty scary pretty quick here at Talladega. But right now, this lead pack is only 15 cars deep. You see the leaders starting to take on some lap traffic now. We'll stay down to the bottom, let the leaders go by on the top. Derek Heitman still in control of this thing with teammates locking it up behind him. The only odd man in this mix right now is Bomar in that Sundrop Cherry Toyota. Such a good run for him. Huge stack up further in the back of the pack, though. One machine of Peter Irons just got hammered by Tommy Gossett and Ryan Andrew. Everybody's gonna make it through clean, though. Here we go. Oh, we got movement a little bit further back, though. Logan York getting a huge shot, trying to dive down to the inside of Diedrich with help from Matt Cox. I do believe that we have lost Joe. Well, as we got a little bit of low in the action right now, we're going to send it to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back to bring you the finish of Wednesday night NiS from Talladega here on the grid.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Grid Vision Wednesday night top split. Joe LaCastro here. We're on lap 61 right now. A few people have hit the pits, but right now it looks like Derek Heitman is still out on the tracks leading things. Officially speaking, we've got a few people that did hit the pits. Joseph Galata, Evan Say have headed down. But Derek Heitman now shuffles into the front with Sean Conklin and Joseph right behind him. Little four-man group, Joseph, Daniel Nanny right behind Joseph there. This group of four currently leading things by about a second and a half. This group of three, excuse me, that's not Daniel Nanny there. Daniel Nanny is a little bit further back. That's the 16 machine. I wonder who's, that's one of the lap cars, I believe. And here's Levine, who had a bit of a dust up earlier. I think while we were on break there. Right? Watch this.
Aaron driving down pit road, always dicey here. 4 wide. A little bit of contact from Preeby, lockup from Preeby, going to send him up into Levine, and Tommy Gossett just can't find a break tonight here at Talladega.
Not at all.
And that's unless we get a caution, that's basically going to write Levine out of this thing here.
Ugh, what a shame.
Because I picked
good
him.
run.
He's gonna cuss me out later for choosing him.
Sheldon!
Well, it's always my fault.
Why'd you pick me, Sheldon?
I screwed up and for a minute thought he was good.
Oh, that's your official stance. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's still green right now. 64 out of 94. 31 laps to go.
And now a little bit of movement at the front. The 16 machine of Rocky Boyd trying to go to the top. Oh, never mind. Rocky Boyd is a lap down, just getting out of the way. I got excited there for a second, guys.
That's who that was, Rocky Boyd. I want to make sure I remember that here. Yeah, he's been part of this pack up here at the front. That's Daniel Nanny right now in the red and black, tucked in behind Joseph. This single file group here doing numbers. This is the top 11 cars of the field right now. And on the outside, you mentioned him. Here comes Rocky Boyd, trying to avoid getting laps, trying to avoid getting a lap down.
You know, right now what Rocky's trying to do, he's trying to be that first car 1 lap down, if not unlap himself somehow in the process. Because if we do get a caution, he will get the opportunity to catch back up to the field in position and be back on the lead lap. So everything Rocky's doing right now is just a last-ditch effort to try and get himself the opportunity he needs to possibly bring this thing home in the top 10 on the lead lap.
And back a little bit behind him. They got some too wide going on. Nothing too crazy yet, but we'll see what happens when people start changing lanes left and right. Joseph back in that group now is shuffled in a little bit. Down goes Noah Bitts in that Pepsi machine. Down to the inside. Oh, wow. Almost a little wreck there. We saw the 40 just about cut the nose off of that, the blue car here. What number is that? The 40 of the 76.
Oh, here we go. Brandon Mill now trying to get up to the outside line here to try and get himself in a position to possibly unlap himself.
Mill,
this is where things,
can he do it?
This is where things start to get really interesting when you get these lap cars mixed in with these guys racing for the win. It's where you can start to have a lot of chaotic moments happen.
Right? I've been noticed that some of these guys who are lap cars are racing as if they are on the lead lap because they want to stay ahead of the pack. They want to be the first car at the end of the line, like you said, to try to get that lucky dog lap if it comes out. But they end up racing, in some cases, just as hard, if not harder, than the guys racing for the lead.
Yeah, right now these two are the last cars on the lead lap being pushed by your race leaders. Trying to do everything they can. And right now, these leaders just using them as a pit to try and force their cars through the air to get to a point here. to get to the lead. As you see, York doing a good job pushing that 40 machine up here to the front. He's going to stay in line behind him. Now he's got control over what's going on behind him, and he doesn't have to worry so much about just being straight and in line because he's got that extra car to push him, or to push here.
There's Sean Conklin moving down to the inside. Also, he's got plenty of room. A few of those cars high on the outside. 31 in the 7. Alex Murray up in the front here. Logan York, the driver we've seen. Logan York has had I think he's had a bit of a hard time just sort of locking in. Once he gets into a position where he's got a good follow.
Here comes the outside.
I've seen him wave around a lot, just locking. Let's see him lock in.
Derek Heitman using a piece of strategy from, oh, here we go, 3 wide. Bit of a shuffle there as Rocky Boyd gets shoved up the track by Heitman. Heitman going to clear a hole and snowplow his way through here and get the top spot.
Okay, well, maybe we won't see any action then from the guys behind them because they saw that happen and know everybody's got to cool down for a little bit. Let cooler minds prevail. Out in front, Derek Heitman.
We're well beyond the point in this race where Corleheads are going to prevail. It's going to be foot to the floor, pedal to the metal from here on out. Brake pedal's optional from here.
That's fair. That's fair. I think you can open it up here. You can really open it up here. So this is the place where if you don't want to use that brake pedal, you absolutely do not have to.
Then we got 2 lap cars tangoing past on the front here. Dylan Pettis locking bumpers with Brendan Meal. That's going to make it interesting. And Ryan Andrew pushing those 2 out to the front. So now the 88 machine in the lead here at Talladega. That doesn't bring back memories.
Doesn't bring back memories, huh? Doesn't take you back? Love to see it. Up here. 3 cars wide. Oh, a little bit of action.
Oh, down to the bottom goes
inside.
the 24 machine of bits with a huge dive. Faked it out like he was going to stay with Heitman, but he dives down to the bottom, covering Sean Conklin and Joseph Squared.
They're 3 wide right now, almost 4 wide in certain situations right now. Up at the front, though, it's 2 by 2. Eyes on Noah Bitts. Doing some pushing right now. With Brendan Meal.
I'll tell you what, no matter how this race ends out, though, I got to throw a huge bit of credit to Noah Bitts. Doing a great job here. Not, one of these guys racing for a team, just looks like he's racing independent. He's done a great job navigating the traffic, navigating the runs, and utilizing the momentum here to keep himself into that top spot, or around the top spot, I mean. He's just been a stone's throw from the top 5 all race, and he's utilizing it all right now when it matters the most. These last 20 laps here at Talladega, this is where it matters. And I can agree. Pepsi, not as good as Sundrop, but man, did it make some cool looking paint schemes on these cars in the 2000s.
Yeah, Sundrop is greater than Pepsi. I got to agree with you, boys. And this is, maybe Pepsi throwback, which I do enjoy.
That's actually, yes. That's the 2015 Jeff Gordon.
Oh,
Pepsi
okay.
paint scheme, if I do remember correctly.
Look at that middle line. Look at that middle line. 88 pushing its way forward. '88, 24, and the 6. That's Logan York. So I think that's Ryan Andrew and Caden Diedrich up front. Joseph, a little ways back in the Best Buy machine, still trying to hold on to things. On the inside right now of Joey Preby, holding it steady 2 wide through that turn.
Oh, we got guys in the back of the pack now begging for a yellow. This is that point.
Yep. Well, you ain't gonna get one unless you make one.
No, they'll make
And
one.
no-
and I
no
think
one
we're
wants to
getting
do
ready to
that.
see it. 3 wide starting to shake up here as you see Preby going to the middle. And
Oh, there
geez,
it
there
is!
Huge crash. Around goes Andrew. Preby hard into the wall. And the
You
40
were-
machine gets caught in it too.
You called it, my friend. You called it.
It's a 6
Oh,
cents.
my goodness.
It is a 6 cents I have here.
Let's see it. Let's watch what happens here. Preby.
Preby gets a huge shot from Heitman here. The 24 machine comes down to... Oh, it just started way up in front.
Yeah.
The 88 machine thought he was clear. Ryan Andrew obviously wasn't. Comes down, clips himself off of the nose of his help. And round she goes.
There's the 88 right now.
I will say one thing. I
Ryan
wish we could have
Andrew.
wish we could have a secondary camera set up for the restart here, though. There we go. See Andrew come down, get himself clipped. Getting yelled at by my producer for wishing for things, so I will be sure to crap in my other hand.
I haven't heard that aphorism in a while.
But everything we do is awesome. I'm not being held at gunpoint right now, being told to say this. Austin Derbyshire is our fearless leader and savior.
I think we do a hell of a job here. I think that folks, you folks enjoy it. Go ahead, and you want to see more of this, get more of this excellent content. We got a button for that too.
So what the person that this really saves though is going to be Justin Levine. Got a fast car, a lot of talent here at Talladega. Now he's got an opportunity to come down pit road, look at a little bit of damage, see if he can't get something worked on, and get up here to the front. So
The door's
Deirdre
open.
doing a great job tonight too. Somebody that I did not have on my bingo card this evening, but he's led a handful of laps here and looked strong
Yeah, I
on
didn't
doing
either. I didn't have him on the old bingo card either, but he's up 27 positions. Very, very good. Noah Bitt's up 25. Joey Preby up 29. Everyone's shuffling around right now, so we're going to see a few of those numbers change, but we've definitely seen some impressive runs out of a lot of different people, but Diedrich is still out on the course right now. So he is officially 27 places up from where he started this whole thing. That's almost the entire field.
Yeah, it's a good run for him. Good run for a handful of these guys too that we don't often see up here at the front.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a crazy statement to be making too, right? Because like this is NIS. This is top split NIS at that. Like these guys are the best of the best. Like all, and you know, outside of the pro series, and some of these guys could very well fight toe to toe with the pro guys and possibly come out on top. But these guys right here, you know, we're in the 7,000 I rating range with some of these guys. A handful of them even higher than that. So like the level of talent in this field tonight. These are all guys that you can put in any lobby anywhere. They could probably come back with a trophy.
Yeah, yeah, and some of them probably will. Honestly, if they haven't already, we've got a lot of talent that we get to put on display on a weekly basis here. This has been a lot of fun to get kicked off here as we're doing this NIS coverage every Wednesday night. So join us again next week when we do this. We're going to cover another NIS top split race. It's going to be a good one, folks. It's been a lot of fun here on Twitch to get things started. And if you've been enjoying it, I know I mentioned it earlier. I'll only do it one or two more times, I promise. But go ahead and hit that follow button for us, because the more you do, you help us get a chance to broadcast at higher bit rates and bring you even clearer, better content. So every little bit counts, huh?
Absolutely. I'm just happy we're over here on the purple site. It's a brave new world over here for Grid Vision. And the support coming from the drivers here as we've gotten back to our weekly coverage of NIS has been amazing. Keep it coming. Love seeing you guys pop up in the chat, you know, under these cautions and stuff.
Yeah, that's been fun.
Speaking of which, Logan York, thank you for the follow, buddy. Justin, saw you were sitting there texting us a few seconds ago. How bad was the damage on pit road?
Yeah, let us know. The lights are off in the pace car. Everyone's going to get stacked up here. Caden Diedrich out in front with Zach Range. The duel
50 seconds.
of the fates.
50 seconds. How's the toe link looking on it? She's still straight, or are we crooked? That car's got peyronie's. You might have a world of crap to dig out of here, brother. All right, Levine says he's good, all fixed. Everybody else, look out. You're probably going to get wrecked by him.
We'll take his word for it. Hey, he knows better than we do. He's the one down there doing the racing. So we're going to find out.
Keep your eye on here is keep my eyes on Bits and Andrew too. They've been up here at the front for a majority of the night. They got cycled back with that wreck that they were the spearhead of. He's still going to be climbing through the field pretty quick too, especially if they can get hooked up.
That's a good point. If they can get hooked up, a lot can be accomplished, but I think they got to get to that point first, which means getting through a couple of different people. Either way,
in eighth.
Who's sitting in eighth right now? Oh yeah, Bomar.
Bomar's sitting in eighth. Logan York still up here at the front. We've also got Evan Say, and race falls back in the hands of the 24 machine of Diedrich. So buckle up, guys. It's gonna be a bumpy handful of laps here.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, my friend. This is the kind of stuff that brings me out every week to call these races. It doesn't get much better than this. We're on lap 77 of 94. It's the Wednesday night top split brought to you by Grid Vision. Caden Diedrich and Zach Range out in front looking for that Geico restart zone. And in just a moment, we're going to get things kicked off yet again here on Grid Vision. There they go.
Good start on the bottom line for Caden Diedrich, but the outside line building up a little bit quicker. Zach Range getting a push from Derek Heitman now through 1 and 2. Outside line hooked up fine, but here comes the bottom lane trying to swing back at it. And we haven't seen much of it so far, but I wonder when the side drafting is really going to start becoming a part of the playbook here. These guys have been giving each other a lot of room, but running out of time, running out of laps. Joseph Squared now going up to the outside line, pulling a handful of cars, including Noah Bitts with him.
Yeah, that third line formed up really fast and then really quickly is starting to dissolve as guys realize that there's not a lot of help going into it, just a little bit. It looks like Bitts is leading a few people on the outside line, but there's just not enough to do a third line right now. 2 lines, yes. 3, not quite, boys.
Yeah, right now the pack is so abbreviated from all the cars that have been caught up in the attrition of the evening. You know, probably only about 22 decent cars left in the field without too much damage, or at least raceable damage. It's really going to make it difficult to find these runs and find the momentum that we were looking for, that we were getting at the start of this thing. So if it's a 2-lane lock, it's not going to be surprising as we see a huge block to the outside line from Zach Range, covering the nose of Derek Heitman, as Derek Heitman's got a mirror full of Alex Murray through 3 and 4.
That was a beautiful block. And now Murray, just sitting there out in front, trying to hold on.
Here comes Bomar down to the bottom. Don't leave Murray out to dry.
These guys, yeah, no love lost, no real allegiances being made. Every man for himself right now.
3 wide contact, just about a wreck into 1. Here comes Heitman trying to thread the middle. And Murray's going to be the odd man out, stuck on the outside line, going backwards.
That is rough. Wow, what a shot. That almost became something much bigger. Thankfully, it didn't. But look what's happening right now. Daniel Nanny, Derek Heitman pushing themselves out a little ways in front, getting some distance, and taking that inside line with some help from Ryan Andrew and Justin Levine right behind him.
And look at this, from 15th to 4th in a handful of laps. Justin Levine in the picture now after the unfortunate incident on pit road. That's going to be a huge part of the show here going forward, so long as things stay on the right, you know, as long as he can keep it on the tires, he should be good.
Yeah.
Look who else is working in. Sean Conklin.
He'll be fine.
We ain't talked about him a whole lot tonight, but Sean Conklin in the Napa Auto Parts machine, locking bumpers with the 24. of Noah Bitts, pushing Noah Bitts out here to the point. And does he go down? No, he stays with Bitts. I'm surprised. I figured he'd go down and try and cover his teammate. Oh, here we go. No, 4 cars dive down to the bottom now.
These 4 cars, Noah Bitts, Conklin, Diedrich, and Heitman out in front. In the middle, the cars that form up that middle section are kind of hard to pinpoint sometimes. But you got Logan York, still kind of a man by himself there. Up high, that purple car, the 98 machine.
Squared. Joseph Squared ducking out now, trying to get to that outside line to get past a couple cars. Going to slingshot himself in front of Justin Levine here. With help from the 88 machine of Ryan Andrew.
Ooh, little do-si-do right there.
Here comes Heitman trying to take that top line momentum. They're going to work with him. Here comes Justin Levine threading his way in, just about getting into a calamity there with the 31 machine.
And looks like they're not going to let him do it, but Heitman is going to, regardless, push his way up to the front. Joseph right behind him. Ryan Andrew right behind him.
And
really
like
impressive push.
And just like that, Derek Heitman is now your race leader with a rearview mirror full of Best Buy blue. Joseph Squared locking bumpers with his teammate here, trying to push him out here to the front, out here to the point. And it's a itty man's race there behind him.
Yeah, still is with three wide racing going on in the back there. Could be anyone. Logan York still there, 3 wide. He's the center of attention there.
Oh, anybody in this first pack can be there at the end. There's your pole sitter, Trent Dinkle, in the 9 machine. The Team Conti Chevrolet.
I feel something in the air, dude.
In the middle.
This pack right here. Something in the air for this pack.
Oh, bit of a block. Oh, uneven block. Just about gets himself hooked around. Logan York just about got a good view at the infield. Here comes Levine up to the top now, trying to get a shot from the 30 machine of Daniel Nanny. And oh, around goes the 88 of Ryan Andrew.
Oh, we're back straight, keeping it straight.
Another missed time block.
84 of 94.
We are still green.
With 11 laps to go.
And here comes Joseph Squared throwing a block on Noah Bitts, trying to get the bottom line. Doesn't want to get stuck up there on the outside and hung out to dry by this pack on the inside.
Probably a good idea with no help really on the outside to show he's going to need momentum. And he's going to need to borrow it from somebody. Right now, it's going to be the 24 of Noah Bitts.
And he's also finding it with his Team Ryko teammates there in front of him, diving down to the inside line. 10 laps to go.
Oh, yellow flag
we got
is
a
out.
caution. Somebody wrecked further in the back.
Oh, I wonder who that was. Let's find out. Let's see. Maybe Matt Cox was involved? I'm trying to figure out based on the driver's radio here.
Matt Cox and Murray made contact. Nope. Andrew. Yep, never mind. I was listening to the apologies, but it was Ryan Andrew and Landon Williams.
Yep. Here comes Derek Heitman. Unfortunate.
I was about to mention about how it was probably going to be single file for the next 5 or 6 laps. Then somewhere around 4 to go, people start making big moves. 2 to go, you'd probably see 3, 4 wide pandemonium here at the start-finish line to finish it out.
Yeah.
You know, we'd have a little bit of time to breathe. There's not going to be any time to breathe going forward. We're going to have a shootout here to decide the Wednesday night NIS here from Talladega, and it's going to get pretty dicey.
Kind of exciting. Ooh, it's kind of exciting.
At this point, friends, you ain't got them. Teammates, well, fuck them. Yeah, you've got yourself and only yourself to rely on here at this point because every last one of these guys is going to hang you out to dry. And if you're not doing the same thing to them, then you pretty much don't deserve to be up there winning this thing.
Yep. You're leaving glory on the table. It's right there for the taking. You just got to reach out and grab it. And it does involve a little bit of rough driving. We got a few more pit stoppers. Once again, our former race leader, Kalen Dietrich, is currently in the pits, leaving Derek Heitman out in front with Justin Levine, Daniel Nanny, Joseph, and Noah Bitts rounding out your top 5 right now.
I think I just saw Trent Dinkle drive by for the lucky dog here. I didn't know he was a lap down.
Me either. Just
shows
barely.
how attentive I am.
Well, to be fair, there are quite a few cars a lap down right now. And some of them even are out of the race. But we've had quite a few cars that are a lap down that are still racing, that we've been coming up against, not really causing any trouble as we've been going around them. And I've seen the main packs sort of work around them like pebbles in the stream. And they've not provided too much of a challenge yet. In fact, in some cases, they've been integrating with the packs themselves, which has been pretty impressive. So, you know, not bad.
As long as there's just pebbles in the stream and not islands in the stream, I think we should be all right.
Just pebbles. Just pebbles.
Just pebbles. All right. I call dibs on being Kenny.
He will. This is a South Park reference, isn't it? I missed it.
No. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Come on, brother.
Oh, I missed. Oh, you're right. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I missed this reference. Thank you. Yes, you could be. I will happily be Dolly Parton. Are you kidding me? This is great. Happily Dolly Parton.
There's a million and one ways I can get us TOS strikes right now, and I'm just gonna sit down.
I got an amusement park. I help kids read and build libraries.
No, I'm not saying that Dolly Parton isn't like the best person to ever exist, but
a walking saint.
Yeah, honestly.
Bring it on.
God bless that woman.
The lights are still on the pace car. I think we're going to be coming to a 1-to-go situation, though, very soon, folks. Thanks for joining us for this race. Hopefully this will be the last time I have to say that before the big final one. It's been good. We're going to have a shootout here, as you mentioned, Sheldon. We're going to have a shootout for the end of the race, a real duel.
We could very well end up with a couple of shootouts here. It is Talladega.
Is Talladega. And the stories that Talladega has told before. They even made a movie about it. Maybe you've heard of it. And it's that impressive of a course. And we've seen some really, we've seen some really, really impressive racing tonight. Some crazy saves also. On top of the wrecking, some crazy saves.
The only thing I got to say right now, we're going to put Talladega Nights is hold on, baby Jesus. It's about to get bumpy.
Yes, sir.
This sticker is dangerous and inconvenient, but I sure do love Fig Newtons.
Well, I wish that someone had. That's the livery I wanted to see next. Is the Fig Newton livery. If Tommy Gossett's listening,
be grateful that we can't stuff decals on the windows of these things on iRacing, because everybody on here would find some kind of way to make that terrible. That's crazy. Like on here on iRacing, Darby? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah. No, in real life, that's not surprising. That's He said that in the classics race, there was somebody with the Fig Newton sticker on, and I thought somebody had found a way to cheat those on the windshields on iRacing, and that would have been cool.
Not yet. Not yet. The first mod I want for iRacing is a radio. That would make things a lot easier for me in car. One that plays music, you know? Just want to relax a little bit. But we're going to get things kicked off. It's not going to be relaxing at all. It's going to be a race between Derek Heitman and Justin Levine. And it's going to happen right now as we are green yet again on Grid Vision.
Inside lane with a good pull. Heitman going to come up trying to block Justin Levine. He knows which car he wants to stay in front of here. They work their way through 1 and 2. Daniel Nanny getting a huge shot from Noah Bitts. Going to pull him just about even with Heitman. Well, it looked even from that camera, but there we go. Now it's even.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Stay in that middle line. I think that's the answer here. Heitman, Nanny getting a heck of a push, though. Nanny on the inside, not getting enough speed. Justin Levine, Derek Heitman, and Joseph out in front for the 1, 2, 3.
And don't count out the 54 machine of Sean Conklin as you see him tapering back right now, trying to build a run, trying to sniff up to the back bumper of those cars, build a slingshot and shoot right by him on the outside. But not enough cars working that top lane to really make anything happen yet.
Not enough. Nope. If he's going to be a part of that crew, he needs to get in and start pushing. But trying to build the slingshot is going to be detrimental to him in the long run unless he's got something special up that sleeve in the next, 5 laps.
Oh, Daniel Nanny up into the wall.
Well, that's not useful. There he is now.
Heavy contact for the 30 machine. That's going to be a night under there.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Never mind. He just got spun.
What a slap.
Ricocheted down into him.
Slap.
You're lucky that wasn't a yellow.
Really unfortunate. We'll see you, Daniel Nanny, unfortunately, down to 18th place from where he was. Back up here at the front, a pack of 5 has formed. Heitman, Levine, Joseph, Sean Conklin, and Rocky Boyd.
Shades of Seth the Merchant right now. Leading that outside line is Derek Heitman, followed by Justin Levine. Handful of the best plate racers on the circuit right now here in iRacing.
Big names, it's true. Boyd.
One car shuffling out. You have Rocky Boyd diving down to the bottom, trying to get ahead of the curve here to try and make a stab at getting to the front. He's going to get hung out, though, as Gulata threads him through the middle with the rest of the pack. Rocky Boyd is out to dry on the inside.
Getting run right past right now. Not a good look, not a good place to be, unfortunately. There on the outside, though, that speed is working for them. On the inside, it's a little bit harder.
Right now we see Ears Pierce cheering on his teammates from afar in the Twitch chat. Joseph Gulata, though, trying to make that inside line work, getting a huge push from the 97 machine of Edward Scherer Jr., somebody that we haven't talked about any tonight, but is also a scrappy play racer, but he's going to duck out of the mix and let these guys go by on the top.
It's dicey right now. We're getting very, very close to the white flag. Hopefully we can make it there without any problems, but these guys out front have lost a little cohesion. Now they're going to get shuffled back into the rest of the group.
Yeah, Conklin gets hung out to dry. That's big. Oh, Gulata way down on the bottom of the track, just about wrecks it. 3 wide, bunch of cars up into the fence. Levine just about spun coming through the tri-oval, but he's going to lock back up with Derek Heitman, and they're going to keep moving forward.
They have locked back up very quickly here. No one wants to get out of this race. Here we go. The pack of 3 has formed yet again. This time they're up on the top line. Joseph down to the bottom. He says he doesn't want it this time. He wants to be in first.
That's going to break up the outside line. Joseph Square is going to have the lead coming out turn 2 down the back straightaway. At the top, forming back up again. Heitman getting a huge shot from Justin Levine. All the way down the back stretch. It's going to come down to these 3 cars here. Here comes the middle.
We're looking for that white flag right now. 3 wide up in the front. Joseph, Evan Say, James Bomar. Rounding out the top 3. Evan Say helping push Joseph Square to the front there. From 29th place to the front. Here's the white flag. We've got 1 to go. Joseph Square to the front with Evan Say pushing a pack of Hornets behind him. Will he get swallowed by the hive? We're going to find out right now. He takes it up to the top. He's there in front of the other 20, trying to ride that top line, using that momentum down to the bottom. Evan Say actually has the lead with Joseph Gulata in second, peeling away from the rest of the pack. Oh, down to the inside. We've lost a few cars now.
Here we go, Joseph Gulata. Still locked up, huge wreck behind him, but no flag's going to come out. It's a white flag. Joseph Gulata still all over the back bumper of Evan Say. Is he going to stay with him, or is he going to hang him out to dry here coming down the tri-oval?
Tri-ovals here. The end of the race is in sight. Joseph
Oh, they're still
Galata,
wrecking.
is he going to make the move? A lot of wrecking in the pack, but we're up here at the front looking for that line, looking for the checkered flag. There it is. Evan Say across the line for the victory in NIS top split.
And a huge win for the underdogs here. Had to fight their way through Conti cars and Ryko cars to get to the finish, but here at the line is going to be Evan Say, Joseph Galata, and Ryan Andrew, your top three.
Wow. That was really impressive. The 13, 15, what was the other number? I want to make sure I get them all right. 26, 13, 15, and the 22.
And that right there is a Talladega upset, guys.
Wow, that was a Talladega upset. Really,
well deserved.
really impressive.
Because these three cars, they stayed hooked up there from the time that that green flag dropped on that restart all the way to the end. And all the other cars, man, they just broke up. They were trying so hard. They got greedy. And they got,
you know what?
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. But congratulations to Evan Say.
Congratulations to Evan Say. Yeah, a lot of iron prices paid tonight. A lot of sacrifices made. A lot of names that started the race that didn't finish it exactly where they wanted to, or some didn't finish at all. But out of all that, Evan Say and Joseph Galata taking it away with dual burnouts right now at the line.
That was a good win for these two.
In a second, we'll give you the full results here of the race. Not a bad dual burnout. I haven't seen a lot of these in a while.
Honestly, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get interviews because I don't know if any one of these top three have the Discord. I think a lot of them might.
All right, all right. There we go. That is it. A couple of broken engines right there. Let's give you guys the results. In first place, Evan Say. Second place, Joseph Galata. Third, Ryan Andrew. Fourth, Alex Murray. Fifth, Justin Levine. Sixth, Sean Conklin. Seventh, Derek Heitman. Eighth, Zach Range. Ninth, James Bomar. And 10th, Noah Bitts.
In 11th place, you got Matt Cox with Logan York, and 12th. 13th is going to go to Colton Salick with the save of the race, honestly. 14th is Joseph Square, followed by Trent Dinkle. Caden Diadric going to bring it home 16th. 17th is going to be Rocky Boyd. 18th place, Daniel Nanny, followed by 19th, Matt Hollabaugh, and Joey Preby. Round out your top 20. Back to you, Joe.
Moving on to 21, Brendan Hemiel in 21st. Yes, thank you. 22nd, Edward Shear Jr. 23rd, Cody Turlin. 24th, Landon Williams. 25th, Eddie Rose. 26th, James Holzer. 27th, Dylan Pettis. 28th, Tommy Gossett. 29th, Peter Irons. And 30th, Nick Holsander. Take us away, Sheldon. Take us home.
In 31st place, we got Justin Smith with Nolan Hodgson in 32nd. 33rd is going to go to Richard Garcia with Roger Pierce taking 34th. 36th place is going to be 35th place is going to be John Nichols, and rounding out the 36 car field, unfortunately, after a wreck on about lap 4, Maggie McGuire.
What a field. We had a very full field. Some super speedway experts, some people we don't see very often, but you know what? We had Evan Say coming out on top after all of that, and that was a heck of a race. I don't know if we're gonna. Apparently, we're not gonna. Unfortunately, have anybody to talk to. So we're going to send things to you for a second, Sheldon. How did you like tonight's race?
Holy shit! What a wild race, man! Talladega always puts on one heck of a show, and chaotic show at that. Handful of wrecks to start this thing off. A lot of frustrations, a lot of boiling over tempers going into next week. But all in all, good race and one hell of a win for a handful of underdogs here tonight. To go out here and go up against some of the best team racers on the circuit and to be able to walk away with a trophy at the end of it, some pretty good stuff. Congratulations to our top three and realistically everybody that was able to come across the finish line on that last lap in one piece.
Yes, sir. I couldn't put it any better myself, so I don't think I will. But what I will say is, from the entire Grid Vision team, we want to thank you folks for watching and participating in the chat. For more information on getting your league broadcast or starting your career in broadcasting, contact us on Facebook, X, or give us an email at info@gridvision.live. Congratulations again to Evan Say on winning tonight's race from Talladega. This has been Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and Austin Derbyshire, and we will see you next time on the grid.